And without further ado, let me introduce the man of the moment, Niko. Please come join us. And the editor-at-large, WatchPro extraordinaire, Mr. Rob Corder.
Thank you. Which one
Where do you want to sit? Left or right?
Go that side. That's where we started.
Guys, first of all, thank you all for coming. This is absolutely mad. This is like, I put an Instagram story up and all of a sudden there's a lot of people. That's crazy. So thank you.
It really helps to have the country's biggest media company headquartered in Dubai. They've got the resources, and you've got the pull.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
See, normally I'd start off a fireside chat like this with an introduction, but I think it's more about introducing myself rather than introducing you, Nico, because I think everybody knows who you are.
Shall I make an introduction about you?
Yeah, go on then.
We'll
give it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob. Can I have an applause, please? Rob has been in this industry for many years. Well, I was just about born, I think. But he's been the editor of WatchPro. He's been in the industry for I would say 25 years, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's insane. So it's for me also cool to see Rob here. So we know of each other, but this is the first time we actually have a conversation. So that's quite cool for me.
And in a way, I feel like I'm welcoming you to Dubai because I first moved to Dubai in 1993. When you
were 40 or something?
Come on. So the city has changed a hell of a lot since then. Well, I guess I'll start off with that. Your impressions of Dubai, a city of skyscrapers, supercars, beautiful golf courses, spectacular watches. What's not to love?
What's not to love? I love Dubai. I love the Emirates in general, and I have my lovely wife and my kids there. It's for me a place where we as a family really feel safe and enjoy. And what is not to love, indeed?
You can enjoy your watches here. You can wear them out and about.
Yeah, exactly. We've also seen a lot of fake watches here. To be fair,
really,
that is insane. Yeah, that's actually mad.
Where are you spotting those? Surely not around Dubai.
Well, I spotted two today. So there's two people in this room. I won't point them out, but.
So we're gathering here in the middle of Dubai Watch Week, which I will give my opinion first. I think it's probably the most exciting watch show in the world. You know, when you've done as many Watches and Wonders in Geneva or back in the day, God forgive me, Basel World. I actually like Geneva Watch Days as well. That's pretty informal, and I love things like Wind Up Watch Fair in America. But Dubai Watch Week has got an incredible energy, don't you think?
I think that this is the future of the watch industry, and Dubai has shown to Geneva how to set up an event, because this is the most open I've seen a watch-related event ever. And big props to the Siddiqui family, what they've put on the table there.
I'll tell you what surprised me, just wandering around the show, is that the big booths, the Rolexes, not AP.
Rolex accessible, man. What the hell is going on there?
I was going to make the opposite point actually. Accessible, yes, but it's like they've got a reception desk, and people suited and booted behind the desk, and so has Breitling and all this sort of thing. And it suddenly feels like, especially when you come out of the branded marquee area, which is a proper souk. It suddenly feels like you're back in the company of the Swiss, and it can feel a bit stifling.
Aye, but that's Rolex just. But the fact that they open their doors for the public, we've seen that this year for the first time, that you actually have access to a Rolex booth and Watches and Wonders. You know yourself, that was always closed. That's progress. But you see the passion with other brands, and the big hall where all the smaller watch brands, the independent watch brands are made. Like, that is passion. That is passion. And being able to, with Chappie just walking around there and just normal, like, that is cool.
And I'm sure it's the same for you. You're just tripping over CEOs and owners whose names are on the dial, and they're just right there.
Yeah, that's awkward, to be fair, for me, because I think in the last couple of years I've pissed off a few, and they don't seem to forget that.
Do you want to name a few names?
No. No, only one in particular. No. I won't name any names.
Well, I was chatting to Julien Tonnerre this morning.
Oh, that was a good conversation. How is he doing?
I don't think he noticed that we were doing a chat together this evening.
Well, he
Otherwise,
does now.
maybe he wouldn't have been quite so welcoming.
Oh. Any lost revenue regarding advertisement? I'm not responsible.
That'll be fine. But I did want to talk to you about the independent scene a bit more, because it feels to me like it's changing the whole shape of the Swiss watch industry. It's kind of, the tail is properly wagging the dog in terms of the way they're doing things. You know, so much more quickly, so much more nimble, so much more on trend. They try something, it doesn't work. They try something else. Now that's not the essence of luxury, and I think a lot of it will smooth out over time. But I really think that the venerable centuries-old brands have something to learn here.
Well, those brands are owned by conglomerates, and those conglomerates have absolutely no form of reality of the industry today, and that is the problem. They're big machines, mate. It's really difficult to, well, to give you an idea. I had a long chat with Eric, the CEO of Tudor, and he's like, we're planning 5 years in advance. Like, I don't know how you can do that, but like...
They say that with pride.
Yeah, I'm like, 5 years, so you can't adapt in any way, shape or form. Well, there's more people that are enjoying watches today than there were before, right? And well, we're all a wee bit more impatient as before as well, because we're used to having things quickly, directly. Amazon, in Dubai, I've never heard that. You order something, you have it in an hour. I'm like, how does that work? Nappies in an hour? I'm like, unbelievable. But like conglomerates, and I won't name any names, we all know who, but it's very difficult to put an identity, to give a brand identity when it's run by people that are very disconnected with the industry.
But does that make them less desirable? I mean, that's what they've always done. The aloofness was almost a quality that was a badge of honour for them.
People, it's not sincerely, like, because they've always done that doesn't make it a good thing. Like, I mean, because they've always done it, because they've always done this, is that the right thing then? No, absolutely not. I think that people and the watch buyer has changed. It's changed massively. Like, there's people here in this room that would have never even thought about buying a watch until a couple of years ago. So we're talking to a complete different demographic than before. And independents have so much more versatility and have the possibility to make something, whatever is trendy at that moment in time.
Yeah. What have you liked at the show in watch terms? Anything particularly stood out for you? Probably should have forewarned you about that question.
I've seen a few things. I was made aware about a year and a bit ago about the collaboration between Urwerk and Jules Nardin. I think that is hands down the best collaboration executed between two independent watch brands I've seen to date. Really, really cool.
I will just say Niko represents Jules Nardin in the...
Absolutely not, absolutely not. And this is the...
He is a retailer.
Well,
how many have they given you? Any?
No, unfortunately not. That's not the relationship we have. But
I don't mean give, I mean allocate.
Well, I'm a retailer of UN.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but it's very limited, right?
There's only 100 pieces. But if I looked at anything else, and name me any collaboration between two independent watch brands or two watch brands that is executed better than that. I can't. If you can, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, so it is a pretty amazing watch where you can actually see the DNA of both brands coming through. Exactly, the sort of orbital dial.
And people say, in your tier list you say that UN is shit. Well, they were shite, absolutely. So let me be very clear. And there's a lot of watches from the brand that are still, well, the older generation of UN. But let me put it this way. I was at the launch event yesterday. That place was packed with over 200 people, 280 people. When the UN done a show 3 years ago, they were lucky if they had 10 people.
Yeah.
Like, it's a complete different vibe around the brand today, and I think Mathieu is doing an incredible job, and Patrick giving Mathieu that possibility to do that is very special.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the independents have really made amazing waves, and it's actually it's really showing through in the numbers. I mean, my day job at WatchPro is to report on the watch industry, on the business side of things. So I always describe it as trying to put the pieces of a jigsaw together so that I can sort of show the entire picture to guys like yourselves. While constantly the Swiss are just trying to sweep every bit away so that I can't tell the full story. But
Any Swiss people here, by the way? That's funny. Good, so we can make fun of them.
So we're blessed in the UK with something called Companies House, where everybody has to publish their accounts, whether you're Rolex, Patek Philippe, Richemont, LVMH, or anything else. And I can tell you that those. Rolex sales were up 2% in 2024, but that's down from an average annual growth of about 15% year after year. So it's really, even the most popular brand on the planet is feeling it a little bit at the moment. But LVMH watch brands, were down 28% last year. I mean, these people are voting with their feet that whether it's the product or the way they're treated or the way the stories are being told, it's just not connecting at the moment. And I don't think it's coming back just because the economy might strengthen again. I think there's something fundamental going on here, and I think it's the indies that are showing them that you can make much better watches at lower price than they are currently doing.
Yeah, but indies give the people what they want. Simple as. Like the independent, the people that buy watch. Listen, we don't need a bloody watch, do we? We have a phone. We wear a watch because we're connected to something. We either want to show off. That's fine. That it gives me great confidence when I wear a specific watch. I feel the absolute bollocks today because I wear the daddy. You see what I mean? It gives me a load of confidence. And like if we look at the independent space, I would like to be a wee bit more unique than having. I love a Submariner, but I see hundreds of them, and yeah, that's the power of independence. I can wear a watch from an independent that nobody. I was wearing a Topek. There were two people wearing Topek the whole day, and one of them was on the stand, and one of them was me.
Yeah.
That you could say that says a lot about Topek, but I think they're absolutely class. Well, that's me, and that makes it unique for me. But watches are personal, and LVMH, like I said, well, they're not really connected, are they? Look at one brand in particular.
Well, let's hope they bring it around. I think I mean the one thing you will say about LVMH is the Arnault family are big watch lovers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big watch. Jean Arnault in particular is obsessed with watches.
I'm making a joke, right? But in all seriousness, from all the brands, from all the conglomerates, LVMH is the most forward, and the actual family, and let's call a spade a spade. They're the richest family in the world. They don't have to worry about anything. They just buy F1. It's like, oh, hey, F1, how much? I'd buy it. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like, they're true enthusiasts, and I like that. I think they made a mistake with Louis Vuitton. I think they should have rebranded that their watch stuff, like Grand Seiko done with Crador. I think the Louis Vuitton brand is just not strong enough for the ultra luxury. Is Louis Vuitton actually luxury as a brand? I would say it is. It's not accessible in a way. It's. I need to phrase this the right way. Louis Vuitton is not purest form of luxury. It's not, because it's not that exclusive. It's easy accessible, and with their watches, they're complete outside of that realm. Like the tambour, like 20 grand for a steel Louis Vuitton. Like 20 grand. You know how much 20 grand is? Like, that's insane. That's two Submariners. I mean, they should have rebranded that completely different.
I think that is kind of the point that I'm making. That sometimes they've just been supping at the Kool-Aid a little too much. And,
absolutely. And what is happening with Zenith, by the way? Like, are they just becoming Hublot at some point? Like, have you seen they're using the same ceramic, same? I love Zenith, and they're doing. Then they launch something absolutely incredible, and then next to that, they just wanted to use the blue ceramic of Hublot. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, maybe Julien. He's moved. He was the person who was making it all happen at Zenith, and now he's gone over to your favourite brand.
Yeah, no. Listen, nothing. Julien's a nice guy, so he's a tough job, but he's a nice guy.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to take some questions from the floor in a minute, but one thing I really wanted to ask you about, as one, we're both in the media as well as both being watch guys, and I do see a lot on your YouTube and Instagram, people asking you about your business and how how it operates. Because making money even with 2 million followers on YouTube, you don't make any money from YouTube particularly. They're paying you tiny percentages of a penny for every view and whatever.
Well, I don't know how your YouTube channel looks like, but mine is later.
It does. Just tell us about the various pies you have your fingers in.
Well, I think it's important to understand where it started, and there's a guy in the room here. This is really important to me, and I always try to give him public credit, but he never wants it. That's Jasper here. That's where it started for me, and he fucking hates it. Look at him. That guy gave... we're talking 2016 that I called you for the first time. That's 10 years ago.
Let me explain.
This
guy gave me a call on a rainy Sunday afternoon. He said, I want to do what you do, but I'm the biggest guy in the world. And I fucking blinked twice, and this guy is a fucking rock star. It's insane. And we're both from the Netherlands, and I've done this shit half my life. I basically feel watches since I was 16, and I'm now 32. And I built this business and reputation over 16 years. And now everybody, when I talk to people, and I'm like, yeah, I like watches, I'm from the Netherlands. Everybody's like, oh, you know Niko? So honestly, I fucking hate this guy. But kudos to him. And honestly, he did it by himself because he's just a watch rock star.
No, I appreciate that, Jasper. But the true story is that he gave me the right advice. He helped me whenever I was still employed. I just still had a job, and I asked, how do you do this? And for some reason he gave me the time, and a lot of people have asked me the same, how do you get started? And I always refer to the moment where I called him and asked the same question. So without you, I wouldn't be sitting here, and without you, it wouldn't all be possible. So I appreciate you.
Honestly, it's too much credits, but it's great, if the student becomes master. So I'll praise myself for that. So you're definitely the master now.
Thank you. But a big applause to Jasper, right? This is the king of vintage.
And tell us a little bit about Pride and Pinion. That's that I guess is a key part of what you do.
Yes, I wanted a wee bit of freedom, and I wanted to do what I loved. I had a fun job and good people, etc. But I wasn't happy, and watches was the only thing that really made me happy. I repaired watches and stuff like that, and that's where Jasper came in. And in 2017, I started a business called, what am I talking about? A business? Fuck off! It was just an Instagram account, watchni.co.uk, and it was about Northern Ireland, right? Watch Northern Ireland, very original, and. I just tried to sell watches, mate. I bought a watch on eBay, made 50 quid, bought a watch in auction, lost 100, fantastic, minus 50, that's not great business, but that's how we started. And at some point in 2017, and I think it was just after my birthday, I worked in Dublin, and I drove every day from Banbridge, County Down, in Northern Ireland to Dublin. That's a 2-hour drive. And one morning it was like, I can't do this anymore. I done that drive, that's 4 hours in total for 3 years, and I couldn't do it anymore. And that's my daughter, by the way. Aye. She's nearly as loud as me. See what I mean? But
less of a potty mouth than you.
Exactly, that's true. But I one morning I quit my job, and without hesitation I walked towards a bank and got a loan, and that's how Pride and Pinion started. A loan of 20,000 euros. The funny bit is our office was next to the bank, or there was a bank next to their office, so it was quite easy. I didn't tell them I quit my job, but we're all right now, you see what I mean? So from there we started building up the Instagram account. Every Tuesday I done live streams and tried to sell watches, and for me the first person proper notable guy that I sold a watch to was Tom Gannon. The guy started Fulfill protein bars. Maybe some of you guys know Fulfill protein bars, but you see them here in Dubai as well, and sold them at Breitling, and he helped me out in a lot of things in this journey. And in 2019, I opened my shop, and that shop was replicated to the shop of Jasper. Funny enough, because I really wanted to have. I was like that was what I wanted, and I opened a shop in a merchant hotel, and then COVID hit and everything went to shit.
And they were kind of the pioneers in buying and selling pre-owned watches, and I went down to see their facility in the south of England, and it was incredible, really. You'd think that everything would be glamorous about this, but my God, it was just like a sweatshop where people were nose to the bench, trying to turn around a Submariner in 45 minutes rather than 55 minutes, because that's what you had to do. It was a brutal business back in those days.
Well, that business is still brutal, but we're trying to.
Well, it's a different sort of brutal, because you go into that sort of lockdown period where suddenly demand exploded and the price of everything was going to the moon.
I remember that I had two people working for me, a girl and a sales guy, when we just opened a shop, and the first lockdown happened. My shop was in a 5-star hotel, and the first thing that closed was hospitality. So yeah. My shop is in a hospitality venue, so I had no access to my shop. That was a problem, and the first lockdown was tough, and that was a moment where I nearly gave up, where I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this. This is done. I failed. Fuck, done. And I remember that as if it's yesterday, because Stephen, who was sitting there as well, worked at Goldsmiths. He was the sales manager of Goldsmiths. And I called Steve and I was like, I can't do this. I don't know what to do, and I can't do this alone. I'm just lost here. And for some reason he fucking quit his job and joined me. So I don't know what his motivation was, but he's unbelievable. He's sitting there as well, so he deserves an applause. But yeah, it was. I have been on the verge of having to quit several times.
But I guess then your phone started pinging or ringing or whatever it would have done in those days, and there was just an incredible energy of people piling in with no expertise in the pre-owned watch business, flipping watches mostly between themselves, from what I can tell, rather than actually finding a customer for them.
47th Street represent.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely mad. And people made a ton of money at that time. I mean, it would have been a good time to have that expertise.
Yeah, exactly. But like, that's not longevity, right? But I didn't go in this business to make money in any way, shape, or form. I wanted freedom. I was unhappy. I was at one of the lowest points in my life, if not the lowest point in my life, and that's why I started the business. I wanted to do what I really enjoyed. Like, it wasn't about money. I've chased money my entire life, and I got nowhere. And when I started chasing something that I really enjoyed, that's when success, and we're talking success in not in monetary terms, please. We're talking success in the form of actually I'm making an impact. And I think that was a real important part. And people started making money and left, right, and center, and all of a sudden those people are not here anymore because they lost a lot of money.
Sure.
As well. Well, we're still here, so that's good.
Well, everybody here is delighted to see the success you've got at the moment. So, but how does it break down between your media business and your other activities?
Well, I believe that the watch media today are and you know what, I've had a lot of support from you guys, and I enjoy working with you, WatchPro, but I'm just saying this in specific, and to keep you out of that, because listen, that's a business that needs to make money. That's advertisements, but watch media are today, they aren't watch media. They're glorified PR firms. If I look at, and I would like to use names, Time and Tide, they're just PR firms. That's all it is. Like, this is the best thing in the world. Yeah, when you pay me fucking money, shut up. You see what I mean? Like, I am not a media business. I'm not a PR firm. I am me. I've never seen my name on a wall. What the hell? Or on a carpet. Or what is this thing? You know what I mean? Like, I walked through the door. I saw my name. I have never seen that. I'm just a guy. I'm a normal guy. Right? I'm not a media powerhouse. I have Johnny behind the camera. Lee is here, and we have Johnny. We have two videographers. and we just make videos. We just sit down in an office, talk absolute rubbish, and you guys are kind enough to give me that job. That's absolutely insane. Like, that is, YouTube is allowing me to grow my company, not just because of money, but because of customers. People want to buy watches from us, and that means the absolute world, because it allows me to do something good, not just in our industry, but also in our community, in Northern Ireland in particular. And you've seen how I've tried to strong arm Hublot for 100 grand, which I'm not finished yet with. So he's gonna...
Invitation accepted yet? Or?
We're gonna have that conversation at some point this week.
Yeah.
So this business means a lot, because it not only is a family, but there's several families, there's many families that are supported with this business, but we also do a lot of good stuff on the island of Ireland. And it's not about me, it's about what we can do and what impact we make in the industry. And I always say, I'm not here to promote a brand, I'm here to promote the subject. I want to create wrists, that's what I want. I don't want to promote a brand.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're both trying to do the same thing. You want people to be successful and make great watches, find an audience for them, and then make even better watches.
Yeah, but for me the motivation needs to be, we want to make the industry better than it was the day before.
Exactly.
And I every single one of you guys that took the effort to even come here, that genuinely means a lot. Because time is our most valuable asset, and the fact that you guys want to share that with me and with Rob. Like, Rob is a legend in the industry, funny enough. You guys look all looking at me, but actually he deserves a name on the fucking wall, or what is it? Curtain. Sorry, difficult word. Me no speak English. But like, genuinely, like, you guys watching the videos, that means something to me, and it means something to my team and every one of us.
No, I think you're putting it the right way, and I love that your videos are so two-way conversation. I think that's the absolute magic of them. So let's see if there's a few of you guys want to put some questions.
I love what you were saying about how passion was a big impact on where you came, but the question I want to ask is, besides passion being the drive behind it, I think there are a lot of people out there that are passionate towards certain things or industries or movements or whatever it is, but they're not good from a business point of things, and they're not able to use that passion to build the business or monetize it, or maybe leave the level of impact they want to create. So what do you think, besides passion, helped you grow to where you are today?
Love the question. I don't consider myself a very good businessman. When you spend more than you get in, that's a problem. You see what I mean? Well, I like to spend it, but no. It's about the circle you're in. It's about the people you have around you. And I think that's a really important part. Every single person in my social circle is better in certain aspects than me, right? My team, my direct team partners that we have in other businesses, they're better at significantly better than me in other aspects. I think it's really important for you to control your environment, right? And there's a book. I've ADHD to the moon, right? I was diagnosed when I was a kid. I struggle reading, not because I can't read, but because my concentration levels are not the best, if you know what I mean. And the guys at WatchPro has definitely got that, because I send voice notes. Makes it, because I'm too impatient to type. There's a book called Willpower Doesn't Work. Read that. That will change your life. And genuinely, it's about the people you have around you. Quality people you have around you. And yes, you need luck, but luck doesn't come for free. You need to put the effort in.
I'm just curious as to what your handicap is.
Today. How much did you end up, Will?
Dreadful, yeah. Did you tell me? Handicap is 18 at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Bryan.
All right, thank you.
Daniel Bryan here, DP World Tour player. I wish I could say PGA Tour player, but that didn't work out too well. Hey, thank you for coming, mate.
There's definitely going to have to be a Nico WatchPro round of golf at some point.
Absolutely.
We'll be out on that.
What are your wrists? Both wrists.
Both wrists.
That's something you wouldn't
No, I know, but like this is the one place I can't do it, you know? We call this insecure, I want to flex. But no, a watch that's really special to me, a piece unique, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, based on the 25th anniversary. Very, very special watch. A watch that I spent every single penny on that I had. And I thought it was a brilliant idea, but then I had about a year and a half pain of it. So that was about 5 years ago. I really love that watch, and I knew that that watch is going to be very important in the future of me and my business, because this watch is going to fund the next step of Pride and Pinion. So really, really special. And this is just a Dubai watch that is factory set, by the way, just to let you know. Aye. White gold sun.
Here. Hello, Nico.
Oh, sorry, bud. Hey.
Let's consider myself to be a lefty.
Yeah.
What is the best Grand Seiko do you think is available right now? Let's hear something good about Grand Seiko for the first time.
They make good Seikos. Listen, Grand Seiko make great watches, right? They're just not for me, and I think it's so funny. Like, yes, right? Listen, it's just funny, right? Watches are something so personal, right? And a Grand Seiko does say a lot about a person. They're more into their watches than the average person. Bit on the wrong side, but that's a different story. But no, you can't go wrong, mate. You can't go wrong. Yeah, but I am gonna judge you for paying more than £1,000 for a Seiko, like.
I'll tell you something interesting. We were talking about how the Swiss conglomerates have been suffering so badly over the last couple of years. The Japanese conglomerates have been absolutely killing it, and I think it's more to do, obviously, with Seiko and Casio and Brand and Citizen. You know, they're making. Of course, they're not the most accurate mechanical watches in the world at the moment, or the best finished or whatever. But some design, they're learning from the Indies faster than the Swiss are.
I do feel that Grand Seiko is not able to communicate. Like they're at their peak now. That's it for me. It's all about communication and how do you make your customer feel when you put that on your wrist. I think their communication is below par. It's the same with Audemars Piguet at the moment. Can I just point out that stand at Watch Week from AP is just next level. That is.
If you haven't done it, go and do that.
That's the best.
It's like a time machine that takes you all the way through.
That's genuinely the best thing I have ever seen any watch brand do. I do know where it's coming from because I've seen Vacheron Constantin in Shanghai doing a very similar setup. But they executed this in perfection. But their communication towards their brand, mate, like, what's going on there? It was the most masculine brand of all the brands. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I mean, their communication and their way they want to showcase their product. It's on this show fantastic, but on their socials it's just not. And Grand Seiko doesn't really execute that well either. And I think that there are brands out there, including independents, and say whatever you want, Studio Underdog, Jesus, they know what they're doing. Richard knows what they're doing, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I designed my own watch on his stand today. I really enjoyed that.
Like, why is Tudor not, or Rolex not able to? Like, of course, but like, why are they not able to do that? It's about passion, right? It's not about moving product. It's about now you have an opportunity to speak with your to convince someone to buy your brand and spend their hard-earned money and make that a memorable watch.
Are you getting tired at all of one collab after collab after collab?
Yes.
We're not talking about Urwerk and
No.
but some of them are.
I like collabs that is a brand new watch. When I done the jump hour, it needed to be something special, and I wanted the jump hour because I love the jump hour. A lot of you guys don't know that digital watches are not electronic. Digital watches started with pocket watches that show digits, and I love that. Yeah,
Question
let her have it.
right here.
Let her have it, son. All right, but like, collaborations needs to add value, right? And that Urwerk, for me personally, I think Martin is an absolute genius. I think the team at Urwerk are amazing, but I would never buy an Urwerk because the case is just not my taste. Now I want to buy an Urwerk because now it's for me, right?
Yeah. Any others?
We got one here, sorry.
So,
Hi, Nico.
Hi, buddy.
I'm the biggest fan.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm your fan since watches plus your car stuff you do. I
Thank
had
you.
2 questions. One was, why do you have such a grudge with Jacob and Co? Plus 2, how is your Ferrari scene doing?
Can we get this guy out? No, sorry, buddy. I appreciate you. I won't go into detail about your first question. I want to leave that aside. My Ferrari is fucked, so that's pretty.
I would say the same. I have a couple of Lamborghinis, but I
Oh, you're rich. Buy a watch. Come here, buy a watch from me. Special price only for you, my
I
friend.
have a couple of Richard Mills APs.
This guy is really rich.
We've got one here.
Yeah, but I had to walk here from Dubai Watch Week, so.
Oh, for
yeah.
fuck's sake, mate.
It's been a headache. Nice to meet you. I would like to take a picture with you.
Of course, we're gonna do that whenever we finish. I want to take a photo with every single one of you guys because like the love I've received throughout the years means a lot, guys. Thank
I'm
you.
not the biggest fan of Bremont in the world. I had one on the wrist for the first time today. Didn't feel so bad. What is it you don't like about them?
It's not that I don't like Bremont. I think Nick and Giles have done a great job. They built a company from nothing, man. From nothing. Like the wing, amazing. It could have been absolutely spectacular and be the reimagined variation of British watchmaking. Keep in mind, the Swiss were nowhere back in the day. Like people, it was British watchmaking. That was leading, right? And I thought, you know what? This could actually be a thing. And yeah, then they sold part of the company, which they deserved, because they worked their bollocks off to get the brand to where they are, where they were. And yeah, the people that bought it put someone in charge that I think is not fit enough to run it. Well, he showed he's not fit enough to run or build well, he's fit enough to reimagine the brand. And it has nothing to do with Nick and Giles have built. You cannot do that. You cannot change the identity of a brand overnight. And yeah, that's the problem. Their watches aren't bad, mate. Well, I'm going to judge you though.
I'm gonna disagree with you there, Niko. Actually, I know you know Nick and Giles for a long time and reported on the business side of what they were doing. And as I said earlier, I've looked at their accounts year after year after year and seen them losing money year after year after year. When you say they're selling part of their business, they were just raising money to keep that business alive. Something had to change. Trying to build that in-house movement in the UK would have bankrupted them if it wasn't for Bill Ackman coming in. Bringing in Davide, the man who brought Tudor back from the dead, is now working in the British watch industry. And yes, he may have made some changes too quickly and annoyed a lot of the Nick and Giles fans and those sort of die-hard Bremont enthusiasts, but there weren't enough of them. That company was going to die if it wasn't for the changes that were made. And I actually think, and I was talking to Davide yesterday, I feel like the mood has shifted a bit recently, and I think the watches are improving, and I think they've. I'm expecting that to be a strong story.
I respect your point of view. I appreciate your point of view. I don't think. I think he was very lucky that he was President Tudor whenever that. Well, anyone with that same process pushed it through would have been successful with the Black Bay for sure. Anyone, right? So clarify that. His work at Montblanc, his work at HYT, well, that speaks for itself. That went bankrupt. I absolutely, unfortunately, and this is the beauty of watches, right? We can agree and disagree with each other. I think he is, and he's shown that to be the least capable person, and the least capable person also to take feedback in any way, shape, or form of any watch brand leader today. And I would say Julien is an absolute. The fact that he takes a challenge head on, simple as, and Davide tries to avoid that, and that's a problem. And I'm worried about Bremont because I know there's a lot of incredible people working there, and I worry about that.
Okay. The one here. Oh, sorry. Somebody at the back there.
Oh, hi.
Hey, bud.
Hey, so I'm going to Paris for Christmas, and I plan on picking up a Star.
Are you bringing me or what?
If you want, man. Come on, just a short flight. Landing in Glasgow first, going to Ireland. Anyway, we can discuss later. So, planning on picking up a Serica. If you exclude companies from, let's say, Glashütte, Germany, China, Japan, Switzerland, what country do you think is coming up as the next, maybe up and coming like powerhouse for watchmaking?
Someone just mentioned that. Well, Dutch watchmaking is not an old thing, right? And I love Groeneveld as a brand, but there's a lot of things they haven't, they didn't develop themselves, so we can't really give them credit that way, right? We can't. And it's also not an upcoming market. I find that a very difficult question. I've looked, because I've tried to make a video. YouTube works as follows. The YouTube title is the most important, right? The title is the most important, and you work backwards. So I've tried to make a video and figure out a video how I can travel all over the world and buy the best watches from countries that you don't know about, right? Well, we have Austria, there's some, well, but you can't really call that a rising market when there's one watch brand doing a great job, I think. I think it's really difficult to answer that question. I think the Japanese are extremely up and coming. I think the Chinese are they're just taking a piss. It's funny. I can appreciate that, but I find it very difficult what you're saying. But the Japanese, and there's some artisans on that which rival FP1.
I would say keep an eye on America. It's going to take 20 years.
Yeah, there's
it's going to
two
take 20
yeah.
years, but there's something happening there. The enthusiasm in that country, I think, is going to spawn an industry. And by the way, I think the deal that they did with Trump involved massive investment from watch brands in education, vocational education, that is going to enrich the watchmaking talent in America.
Yeah, that's the last country I thought of.
Well, there's nothing there now.
That's why he's in this industry for like 100 years. That's why he's grey already. You see what I mean? He's actually 35. Where? Oh, hello, hey,
Hi.
hello.
Thanks for organizing this. I'm sure everybody here is quite appreciative
I
of
can't
it.
take that credit. There's an incredible team here from WatchPro. Where are they? There's one. And where's Holly? They have organized this all in 2 days. Can I have an applause for that? Because that's insane.
My question is slightly different. Yeah. What's the one mind shift that you had that most people underlook right now that really helped you build this empire by yourself and the team that you have?
Well, it was do or die at some point. So I put myself in a position of no possible return. That means that people say, I want to do this. And I spoke with someone there yesterday, and he says he wants to do this. And then I was like, lad, just shut up. If you want to do this, if you really want to do this, you start now, right? It's all about starting, right? It's like you want the shiny things, but you don't want the pain. I didn't have another option because I put myself in a position of no return. I couldn't go back. I quit my job and I was done. I needed to succeed. So that is a mindset. And that was when I didn't have kids. Now I have kids. And now I have responsibilities, mate. Like, you think my wife doesn't want nice things? Jesus. You see what I mean? No, I'm joking. Like, very expensive. But like, I have responsibilities now. It's really mad. So that keeps me going, and I'm just very grateful that I can keep going in an industry I love so much.
Thank you so much.
Right, last question, so just coming to the front.
Hi.
Hello.
So, my question is twofold. Right? I had no idea about watches. Don't come from a family that knows anything about watches. My father thinks I'm crazy that I'm spending what I'm spending on watches, and we used to make fun of anybody who used to buy expensive watches. So my first ever was a Fossil, and then sort of watching your videos, my first ever actual luxury watch was a Rolex Sprite.
Yeah.
And then I got the Vacheron from the AD, the one, the classy watch.
Yeah.
So I want to get...
Lovely Vacheron at the moment.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get your opinion on the Big Daddy that I should get for my collection between two options. An Aquanaut or a Platinum Daytona.
And you know what? I don't understand why that watch ever got this mad hype. I just don't get it. Well, maybe because it comes from a brand that was never going to do anything with rubber straps. A very formal watch brand. But for me, that watch means nothing. a platinum Daytona stands for something. A Daytona stands in general for something. I think the Daytona has made a huge impact on this industry, and yeah, that's not even a question. That's always a Daytona at that point. However, if you would put the two brands next to each other, that's a different story. You see, I just don't feel the aqua. If you said to me a Nautilus, I say Nautilus any day of the week.
Disagrees.
So a Nautilus or a
Nautilus. That's the Aquanaut. There's no. I like the story behind things. I don't know why. I always need to overcomplicate things. I don't know why, but like I love the story. Daytona, platinum Daytona. That's the daddy, man. Aye. Pride and opinion. Fuck you if you don't. Yo.
Hi Nico, massive fan by the way.
Fuck you.
I'm sure everybody here sitting here would probably say that this last sort of 50 minutes, close to an hour, has been really interesting. Listening to your opinion on like the watch industry. You've said a few times that watch media is kind of turning into a PR sort of firm. Any upcoming projects or plans that can move into that space and make it less about?
Yeah. I'm gonna start a magazine and I'm gonna sell advertisements and I'm gonna promote Hublot like you've never seen before. Next up, no.
We're gonna offer him a job.
Exactly, but no. Listen, I am. This is the first time, genuinely, the first time I've seen my name on the on a wall or in anything, and it kind of humbled me when I walked in. I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And I do meet a lot of people, and people want to take photos. I'm like, why the fuck were you want to take a photo with me, lad? What's wrong with you? You see what I mean? But like, it means so much, because for the majority of my life, I've been ridiculed for this hobby. And now I'm being celebrated for it, and I'm very grateful for that. And every single one of you guys, I've said this before, have given me that job, and I just want to say a big thank you from me. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody. The bar's still open for another half an hour and free, so
let's get
enjoy
stuck
it.
in.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, please, for Nico and Rob Paul.
Thank you.